Nathan, can you believe people are already skiing up here?
Yeah, I enjoy watching them ski.
But you do love driving, and you're gonna get to drive what today?
The 300C, and it's got the Pentastar V6 and an 8-speed automatic transmission.
And that means we're up here in Summit County where we're gonna take the 300C up the Ike Gauntlet because...
Well, because we haven't had a chance to test the Pentastar V6 and the 8-speed up here.
Coming up next on the Fast Lane Car. If I were to use one word to describe the style and character of the 300C, it would be bling. I mean, look at all that chrome. Chrome on the wheels, chrome around the lights, chrome around the fog lights, chrome on the grille. This car is imported from Detroit in the old school American fashion. This is a car that when you see it in your rearview mirror, you know it's a Chrysler. All right, gentlemen, the Ike Gauntlet in the brand new 2014 Chrysler 300C. We've got the Solar DL set up, so we'll see how fast it is getting on the on-ramp here. I'm going to let the Subaru get ahead of me, and I'm just going to floor it. And Nathan, you please hold that up when we're there. Okay, it's floored. Here we go. It's going to be slow. We are at 10,000 feet above sea level.
It's really nice.
Yeah, there's the Pentastar. And here comes 60 right there.
That's not bad. How high are we?
We're at 10,000. It starts at 10,000, goes up to 12,000.
Okay, because that's 11.99 seconds. And folks, this car is not turbocharged.
No, it's got all those ponies from a naturally aspirated source. So the Ike Gauntlet is our typical run where we take the trucks from Silverthorne, Colorado up to the Eisenhower Tunnel, bust the Ike Gauntlet, and we tow load and we see how fast it takes the trucks to go up there. Now in the cars, we don't tow load. We just kind of want to run this to see how different transmission options work. We tried it with the CVT last time, and this time we've got the 8-speed.
Yeah, this 8-speed so far has been remarkably good.
And one of the great things about this 8-speed is that it's very fuel efficient. I think this car gets, well, you've got the little cheat sheet there, Nathan. What's the number, please?
Yes. With, this is rear drive, not all-wheel drive. Rear drive combined, 23 miles per gallon. Highway, 31 miles per gallon. City, 19 miles per gallon. That's not bad.
Now, I did reset the trip computer for MPGs, so it will give us real-time data as we go up the 8 miles of the Ike Gauntlet. And just take a guess without looking. How much do you think we're getting right now?
17.
No, the truck's got just under 3. We're getting 11.9. With 3 people in the car.
With 3 people, okay. The Pentastar V6 has been winning competitions and accolades all over the world. This is the 292 horsepower version of the 3.6-liter V6. And Kyle is going to font the torque right there.
How many gears, Nathan?
8. It's an 8-speed automatic transmission. This is an unusual test because, and recently I know that some of you guys wrote in and said, hey, go up to the Grapevine in California. Well, you know what? That's closer to sea level. We are way above sea level, and for every 1,000 feet you go up, you lose about 3% of your horsepower with a naturally or normally aspirated engine. So in this particular case, we're going to go, what, 12,000 feet is our peak?
Yep.
So progressively, it's going to get harder and harder. We're at one of the steepest grades you can go on.
7%.
7%.
The steepest you can allowable on an American highway.
And we're doing it, granted, it's pretty cool outside. What is it about? It's 49 degrees outside right now.
Yep.
So, you know, it's an interesting test that nobody else does.
Check it out. I got a Subaru in front of me. Now, this guy should be like...
He's a WRX.
Look at all the smoke pouring out of it.
Yeah, that's
there's not something going on with that.
So he's burning a little bit of oil.
Yeah, because they don't make those things in diesels, at least not in the U.S.
Yeah, wow, you can smell it through the... well, that thing's been beaten up.
Yeah.
It's a poor car. You almost want to take it and... See, the minute they put racing stickers on it and Red Bull stickers, and I know he's not sponsored by Red Bull, you know there's a problem.
Yeah, he's struggling. And this Chrysler 300 with the Pentastar is doing really well. Now, obviously, the one with the Hemi or even the SRT8 engine would be a lot more fun, a lot louder.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is the one that most people are going to purchase. It does come in an all-wheel drive option. We have the rear-wheel drive this time.
That's right.
Which would not be ideal if the snow were flying, but for a dry day like this, it's fine.
And folks, guess how much this car cost?
I'm going to say 22 things.
No, you're not.
About
you know better.
222.
Starts at $36,695, so it's in Accord territory. This one, fully optioned, I think it has just about every option you can get, is $39,285. So it competes directly against vehicles that come from Buick, like what, the LeSabre, right? That would
LaCrosse.
Be LaCrosse. Sorry, LeSabre. I just dated myself. Sorry.
You did. You're making yourself seem old.
Yeah.
The Taurus, the Maxima,
MKS, maybe?
Avalon. So yeah, it's that big American-sized car. In Europe, they say it competes with the 5 Series, but this is a completely different car.
This is, I mean, if you had the 300C SRT with the big Hemi in it, maybe it would go up against the M5 with acceleration or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
But this is built for going on long distances and cruising on the highway. The ride is absolutely fantastic.
It's funny, Chrysler's owned by Fiat, yet this is a very American interior. In fact, it's probably the most American car I've driven all year. The steering wheel is enormous. I mean, look at that. It's also heated. There are a lot of features. You get a lot of stuff for your money, including heated and cooled seats, and of course, a massive sunroof. Do I like it? Yeah, it's okay. It's a nice place to spend time. It's light, it's airy, it's relatively soft touch. A lot of good things in here.
I think Roman's enthusiasm was like lukewarm for this car, especially with the interior. I love the interior. Why? Because even in the back seat, Nathan turns into someone else. I am Pimp Daddy Nathan because I got room and I can have a big cigar and I got the big panoramic sunroof and I've got the little thing that goes up in the back, the shade. For what you get for the money, it's freaking awesome. I can't really think of a car in this class that has rear drive, this type of ride for this type of money.
Yeah, no, it definitely is a car in the old school classic American luxury car sense. And, you know, Europeans just don't get American luxury cars, right? Everything they do, they measure up against the yardstick of the Nürburgring. Of the Nürburgring,
yeah.
Right? It's gotta be, but, you know, we don't have those kinds of roads here. You can't do this in Europe. You cannot go 1,000 miles straight. And I mean straight. I don't mean without any...
You can go
straight for 1,000 miles, and that's a whole different experience with nothing, right? Like you're in the Southwest desert, you're up in the prairies in Wyoming, right? Nebraska, even. There's just nothing.
Or Kansas. Wow,
yeah, the cornfields of Kansas. And this is where you want a car that's like this. It's comfortable. You know, the steering isn't exactly the most communicative, but you know what?
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. The ride is supple. It's not Nürburgring razor sharp, but you don't need that.
You know what, though? I'm going to disagree a little bit in terms of one thing. I've driven this car on a track with both the big SRT engine and then the regular Hemi, and I thought for a big, heavy car, it handled quite well. And yeah, you're not going to get BMW M3 level performance out of it, but you sure as hell are going to get better performance than you would out of a similarly equipped front-drive counterpart.
Now, this does have that brand new 8-speed transmission, and Chrysler is actually in its Jeep guys, right? The first to actually go with the 9-speed in the Jeep, but 8 speeds is still pretty remarkable. It doesn't have paddle shifters. It does have these controls back here. People mistakenly think they're paddle shifters. They're actually radio
volume
controls.
And also information.
So I'd love to know what gear we're in, but there's no display. I tried to find it, so I'm just letting the transmission do its own thing.
Yeah, and you can't really screw around with the shifter to try to figure it out either. It just kind of does its own thing. Although, you know, you can assume that on a road like this, going up a hill like this, it's not going to be an 8.
No. I'm doing, well, the speed limit here is, I think, 65, and I'm doing right about 65. So, you know, I'm keeping it within the flow of traffic, and the car is not struggling whatsoever. It's not hunting for gears. It's kept it at about 3,500 RPM the whole time. So I think the transmission's working flawlessly. You know, Chrysler uses this Pentastar engine almost every brand they build, including Jeep and, of course, all sorts of other Chrysler products. It's a good engine, but it doesn't sound great. I think if you want the good raspy note, you got to go for the Hemi. Hemi!
Seems to be doing pretty good. What's our average economy?
12.8.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's...
considering how steep this hill is. I mean, when we were dropping down in the trucks to... What was our lowest? 2.8 miles per gallon?
Yeah, I know. It was incredible. Yeah, it was really incredible.
Well, we were towing 10,000 pounds.
But, so, the dynamics of this car are designed for this kind of cruising, and when you're cruising like this, it's incredibly comfortable. I could see myself crossing Well, from here to, let's say, Phoenix is 1,000 miles.
Oh, Vegas, baby. This is you take to Vegas.
I could see myself going to Vegas. I've got heated and cooled seats. We've got the rear sunshade, which is fun. Put it up there so that our very talkative photographer doesn't... Thank you. Thank you. Our very talkative... Look at that. It's got power if I forward. Doesn't get, a little too much sun on its back. And here comes Eisenhower Tunnel, so we're about to be done with the Gauntlet, Nathan.
This is a piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
No
Car did
problem.
well. It's very relaxed. It's a great cruiser. And I know you've got Autobahns in Europe, and I know you've got highways in the UK, but the kinds of roads that we have here are unique. In Germany, for instance, the Autobahns go around cities and around mountains. Here, just dead straight, man.
They go right through.
Straight.
I've driven one of these with all-wheel drive in winter, and it did very, very well. It was very easy to drive. In fact, they sent us up to a proving ground to drive these
That's
babies.
right. This last year you got to go drive it in the snow. How was that?
Right. That was awesome. It was a very different type of all-wheel drive system, too, because it was one of those that it disconnects when it's not being used from the front end. So you just have rear drive, and then it'll kick in when you need that extra traction. And it will let you drift a little bit. It was kind of a trip, but it was a really interesting and well-sorted system.
So now that we're going downhill, of course, we're getting a lot better fuel economy, but 13 averaging up the hill.
Okay, so 13 miles per gallon?
Yeah, about, give or take.
I don't know what to compare that to, because the other cars we brought up have been economy cars loaded up with human beings. But I can tell you this, it was a very relaxed, you weren't white-knuckled at all.
No, I was perfectly, the car just loves to cruise.
Kyle passed out a few times.
You can't tell with those glasses.
No, we're good.
Yeah, it's a good car for cruising. So the question, of course, is, how do we rate it?
How do we rate it? Well, you'll find out next.
Exactly. All right, so on the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, I'm gonna give it, oh, this is kind of tricky because I do like this car a lot. I'm just not sure I wonder what Nathan thinks. Let's find out. Voila!
Lease it!
I'm gonna give it a lease it as well because I'm gonna hang with you, my man. As always, this is Roman
and Nathan
saying thanks for watching and see you next time on the Fast Lane Car. Ciao.
I am Darth Nader, and I bring you Pentastar V6 and Luster Plastic.
Nathan, stop screwing around with it. Put it back. You're breaking the car. Put it back.
Put it back.
Put it back.
All right.
Thank you.
And
Nathan, it's just not fair. I can't believe it. Our trained Russian mechanics stole the tickets to the Formula One race in sunny Austin, and we're up here, at 12,000 feet, running trucks and cars up the Ike Gauntlet. Man, this sucks.
yeah, it's freezing up here. I am so pissed off at you. Oh, damn you for taking our tickets.
We gotta do something about it, man. This is not cool. This is just, it is cool, but it's not cool, if you know what I mean.
Okay. You've already been to Florida, right?
Yeah, I got to go to Florida. Yeah, Miami Auto Show is cool.
Let's go to LA. LA, Los Angeles, baby.
Dude, no.
I'm okay. We're gonna do it.
I love it. LA? So we're gonna go to LA?
Yeah.
Cover the auto show?
Yeah.
Check out the new Alfa Romeo?
And hot chicks.
And the Colorado, right?
And
the
hot
pickup?
chicks.
All right. LA next week. Check it out on the Fast Lane Car, man. Let's go. Let's get out of here. It's cool. It's cold.